Real Estate edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host Jamie Maloney. We're on Thursdays. Real estate becomes show business. I want to give everybody an update on the situation down here in Florida. A lot of you are aware of the hurricane that just came across the state. I myself, being in the Tampa Bay region, fared pretty well compared to southern counties. So came off fairly lucky in my consideration, I think. But all in all, the southern part of the states got hit pretty hard. But Tampa Bay got what was amounted to about a category 1, and so we are still keeping the thoughts and prayers of the people down south in our mind. A lot of those areas just starting to regain power, and I'm doing this show some 8 or 9 days since the hurricane struck, and so fortunate for Tampa Bay that the storm made landfall further south. And if you know anything about hurricanes, as they go over land, they quickly lose their strength, and so we came aboard Florida around Cat 3 or Category 4 strength, but by the time it hit Florida, or I should say Tampa Bay area, it was a Category 1, and it hit Sunday night. It came around 2 o'clock a.m. I actually slept through the entire storm. I just put on some headphones and then just fell asleep, and then woke up the next morning to some damage, a tree limb in the backyard, a lot of debris all over the place, a lot of people not faring as well with trees down across Tampa Bay, but the worst hit areas were down in the south of the south area of Florida. A lot of the areas were without power, we were without gas, we were out without basic food and water in a lot of the areas for about 2 days. The areas down south just now starting to get a lot of their electricity and supplies back. And then just a few days ago, Hurricane Maria coming across the island of Puerto Rico, one of my favorite places to go. I've been there 2 times, and that island took a direct hit of a Cat 4, Cat 5 strength, and so we have the prayers out to all the people in Puerto Rico that are being affected now by Hurricane Maria. It's supposed to be upwards of 6 months before the island is fully restored with power, and that doesn't even take into consideration the rebuilding of the island, which early reports say it was leveled from San Juan all the way across the island, and the country is already bankrupt to begin with. Only $32 million was in their emergency reserve fund, and it's probably upwards of $1 billion in damage. And so Donald Trump already stating, the federal funds will be allocated to assisting Puerto Rico, but a country was already distraught, having to take on another major storm. They were impacted slightly by Irma, but Maria was a direct hit, the first storm of its strength to hit since the 1920s in that area. And also this past week, the earthquake in Mexico, which has already seen the loss of hundreds of lives, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake over there. So a busy week or two with natural disasters in and around the United States area. So we just want to acknowledge them and hope that everybody is doing the best they can given the situation, and know that our thoughts and prayers are with the people affected by Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Maria, the earthquake in Mexico, and of course all suffering across the globe. Update on the program: I have since changed offices. I am still with Coldwell Banker, but now operating out of Bel Air Bluffs and focusing on REO, but also commercial real estate. And so the show will begin to develop more into a commercial based program. REO has been a staple of my career for the last 10 years. But REO has since diminished, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute as I go through the statistics of the market for the September 2017 market in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and Polk counties. So now I am at Bel Air Bluffs. Pinellas County took a really a much stronger hit too than Hillsborough County. Hillsborough County is where my other office was, but Pinellas County was without power for about 3 and 4 days. Took a stronger hit of the storm, a lot more downed tree limbs. I saw a lot of downed trees on the area, but all in all, the real estate came through the storm pretty well, so we're happy about that. On today's program, though, I want to go through what's going on statistically in the marketplace in our Tampa Bay region. I do these programs once a month, and as always, the files that I use on this program will be available on TampaBayREO.com. On that site, you can find all of the available foreclosure inventory, easily accessible by county on the homepage of TampaBayREO.com. You can also find all the past shows of the real estate edition of that Business Show 2.0 on the page as well, both audio and video. So let's take a look at what's going on with foreclosures here in Hillsborough County right now. Foreclosures just making up just over, what is that, REO's 2.6% of the available inventory in Hillsborough County. A little bit of an uptick from what it's been over the last couple of months, and it is predicted to, there to be more of this here in the next couple of years, but it's not going to be, the marketplace that we saw in 2009, 2008 to 2011, which was 20 to 25% of the marketplace was in some way distressed inventory. Short sales right now in Hillsborough County as a percentage of the available inventory, just under 1.5%, as you can see right there on the spreadsheet. 107 REOs currently for sale in Hillsborough County, and only 59 short sales currently on the marketplace. So we're already in a severely impacted, severely low inventory environment, and then that's due in large part to the distressed inventory going down, and also due in large part to people not putting their homes on the market, and people that the investors that came into the marketplace in 2012 that bought up a lot of the inventory and has turned that into rental housing. You hear me talk about all this a lot on the program, that in the next couple of years we'll start to see a lot more inventory come onto the marketplace as these hedge funds begin to get out of real estate and put these properties onto the marketplace. So let's go back over to the spreadsheet here and take a look at what's going on in terms of price point categories right now. So up to $150,000, 256 homes available for sale in Hillsborough County. We've had just 1,278 sales in the past 6 months in that category, averaging days on market at 34. So again, still very low days on market. The overall average for Hillsborough County just at 61. It should be more between about a 3 and a 4 month period on average. I talk a lot about this program that a home is price to sell should sell within that first 7 to 14 day window, but on average, homeowners are going to price their homes with the emotional value included in the cost of the property, and so they sit on the market on average 3 to 4 months before the price is brought down to a more market-based price of the home. $150,000 to $300,000, 1,796 homes currently available for sale in the multiple listing service, and $150,000 to $300,000. We've had 6,221 sales here in the past 6 months, and that's averaging 43 days on market. 500,000 to 750,000. We got 427 homes available for sale in Hillsborough County, and 648 sales in the past 6 months. And so that's the meaty part of the curve in Hillsborough County. The market definitely going to be slowing down a little bit here with the recent hurricanes that have come through, and also a lot of people impacted by the events have pulled their homes off the market. A lot of homes moving to temporarily off-market status as repairs are being conducted. But all in all, Hillsborough County coming through the storm fairly well. It was predicted to impact the South Tampa area severely with record flooding, and fortunately for us, the flooding did not impact the Tampa Bay community the way it had been predicted. The flooding actually occurred up in Jacksonville, which was the upper northeast quadrant of the storm when it was over Tampa Bay, and the eye actually went more so over Polk County, which was heavily impacted as well. Within about a week, though, to about 10 days since the storm has hit, though, we're seeing, the rivers in Hernando County, the Withlacoochee River, all of those rivers along the western seaboard of Florida they've risen way above flood stage, and so it's a problem. Even after the storm passes, it's not just a one-day event. The flooding and the tide that comes into play after the storm goes out to the area is still something that people have to consider, and people along the western coast, up in the north counties of us, again, Hernando area, Citrus County, those areas are dealing with flooding for people that are along the river right now. So again, talking about what's going on in Hillsborough County, the spreadsheet here readily available at TampaBayREO.com. You can always send me an email as well, Jamie@TampaBayRadio.com. Happy to send this over to you. Prepare this once a month to show people what's going on in the Tampa Bay marketplace, because I want to be your contact for real estate in the area. Over 2,000 homes sold in 10 years in business, now with a turn into commercial real estate, but I can still get you connected with a person who can help you sell your home or help you buying residential real estate. If you're an asset manager or an investor looking to sell a large portfolio of properties, again, that is my specialty. You can see all about me on TampaBayREO.com on the About page. Also on REOnetwork.com, a lot of REO information on there if you're an asset manager looking for REO agents in the Tampa Bay area. Going to take a short break. When we come back from the break, we're going to cover the other counties and what's going on statistically in the marketplace, most specifically Pinellas County. Then we'll follow that up by Pasco County and Polk County. In the meantime, learn more about the program, TampaBayREO.com, and check out some of the past videos. We cover a variety of topics on this program. A lot of foreclosure information, a lot of information on HUD, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the VA, how those different properties are disseminated, how to survive in real estate as a listing agent or a buyer's agent for the realtors out there. So good information available at TampaBayREO.com, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business. We're always looking for guests for the general program, also even the real estate edition. We do take some guests from time to time on the real estate edition of the program as well. Visit tbsinterview.com for more information. And then Monday through Friday, less the Thursday real estate edition of the show, we're talking with different entrepreneurs, business, and professional leaders about their business. Thursday is about my business, but the rest of the week is about your business. So That Business Show is your business becomes my business in addition to becoming show business. So we want to hear from you. Visit tbsinterview.com and you can learn how to come onto the program. We take people from a variety of different areas in business too, whether you're highly successful or just entry level and just getting your feet wet in business. We want to hear from you because our audience is at different levels of business and they want to know that they're not alone out there in the struggles and the problems that they're having in their business. You know, a lot of shows only put on the top names in business, and there's a disconnect between the upper echelon of business leaders and then the entry level and mid-level business people out there. So it's important that we hear and connect and come together with people from all areas, all levels, and all industries to know that we're not alone. You know, a lot of business owners, fail within the first year of the business, and those that survive the first year of business end up failing within 5 years, like 70 or 80% is the statistics. And so this is kind of a support group, the support show for the entrepreneurs out there to know that we've had, thousands of different business owners on the program, and some of them have been on in the past are no longer in business. Some that have been on in the past have went on to grow their business tremendously, and so a lot of variety on this program, and we'd love to hear from the people out there. So whatever that is that you have to offer on a professional level, please get in touch with us, tbsinterview.com, for more information on how to come onto the program. Let's take a look at what's going on in Pinellas County in real estate. Again, Pinellas County on the western coast of Florida, a lot more high-end real estate because of the beachfront properties that are over there. The office that I am now based out of, which is at 575 Indian Rocks Road in Bel Air Bluffs, Florida, just a few miles from the beaches, just a little bit north of the beautiful Clearwater area, a staple for tourism in the Pinellas County, Tampa Bay region. Clearwater Beach, one of the most heavily visited and trafficked beaches in the Tampa Bay area. Ironically enough, it's not even one of the nicest, but it is one of the most known and promoted beaches, though, in the area. Clearwater, a great community to come to, very just kind of old, historic, homely feel to it. It's also the home for the Church of Scientology. They have a huge building in the downtown area. We're not going to talk about Scientology on this program, but they are based there in downtown Clearwater, and they occupy a huge, I think it's almost an entire block in that general area. But Pinellas County, a great area to move into, a lot of diversity in the area in terms of the housing and the development. Hillsborough County being much more standardized with the newer developments. Pinellas County being built up in the 40s and 50s has a lot more diverse housing, less standardized, less subdivisions and homeowners associations to maintain the conformity of the homes. And so you get more character in the homes. It's often a complaint of mine in Hillsborough County, in that the homes that are being built today are lacking character because it's just a cost issue to get them built as conforming as possible, and you get very little diversity in the homes. South Tampa, though, still has a lot of diversity in the homes because South Tampa was built up between late 1800s and in 1930s. Of course, continued to be built up past there, but that was the age of the bungalow. An attractive little wood frame home with a cute front porch on it. Basic 2 to 3 bedroom setup, usually just one bath inside of the homes. A lot of them being adapted to include a second bath today, but a lot of investors like those homes, especially in the Seminole Heights, Tampa Heights area. They're a great investment, a very hot market right now in Tampa Bay to be investing in. And so those homes have a lot of character to them. But as you get into the new Tampa, the North Tampa area, and in southeastern Hillsborough County, the subdivisions took over starting in the late 80s. And so you have conforming block with stucco finish homes with very similar floor plans to one another, and so Florida is kind of boring in that sense. But Pinellas has more character to the homes because, again, that entire county, there's no room in Pinellas County to build anything. Hillsborough County still has a lot of rural area, a lot of developments still popping up in the area, but Pinellas County has been built up since the 1940s and 1950s, and it's really just one big hodgepodge of roads, towns, and cities, just all interconnected over there. And that's one of my complaints about Pinellas County is kind of how it's laid out. Hillsborough County and Tampa Bay, it's all laid out kind of like a nice grid system, easy to understand, easy to navigate. Pinellas County, the roads go every which way. You got US 19, which in my opinion is a complete mess of a road over there. Roads branching off of it. It's like an interstate part of the time. Other times it's like a 4-lane and then exits on and off of the road. So it's a very densely populated area in Pinellas County, but nonetheless, an area that attracts a lot of business and an area that attracts a lot of homeowners as well. So let's take a look at what's going on in Pinellas County right now in the marketplace. We've got 2,761 homes currently available for sale in Pinellas County. And let's see, we've had just under 7,500 sold in the past 6 months, and they're averaging 51 days on market in Pinellas County. Distressed inventory even lower in Pinellas County. Pinellas County not taking as big of a hit as what Hillsborough did, due in large part to the newer homes that were built in Hillsborough County. And so a lot of first-time buyers are getting into the marketplace in the mid-2000s, which was unfortunately the worst time to get into the market at that time, as we've of course come to find out. Foreclosures, 1.8% of the marketplace, and short sales, not even a percent, 0.76% of the market in Pinellas County. 21 short sales available for sale in Pinellas County, only 52 foreclosures available for sale in Pinellas County. 102 short sales have sold in the past 6 months, and 257 foreclosures have sold in the past 6 months. And short sales averaging 80 days on the market and 45 days on market average for foreclosures. Short sales is a percentage of the available closed sales, just 1.3%. And foreclosures as a percentage of the available closed sales, 3.45%. 150,000 to 300,000. All right, well, let me start with up to $150,000. 193 homes are available for sale, and 1,152 have sold in the past 6 months. So you see a big disconnect there between what's available on sale versus what has sold in that price point right there. $150,000 to $300,000. 945 homes available for sale, and 3,826 have sold in the past 6 months. And then both of those categories, 34 and 35 days on market. So that's the sweet spot for the Tampa Bay region. Again, the Tampa Bay area, a very affordable major city to come into compared to other major markets such as Miami, such as Seattle, or of course New York City, where starter homes are starting at $500,000 or more and up. I'm always flabbergasted when I talk to agents in those cities and I ask them what their median price point is, or what's a basic 3-2 home going to start me at in those cities, and they're like easily $500,000. And in Tampa Bay, it's the median price point is $150,000, and you can even get homes much cheaper than that that are a little bit older, that need a little bit of work, for under $100,000. And so please consider me your contact for real estate in the Tampa Bay region. Whether you're buying commercial, whether you're buying residential, I can help you with or partner you up with one of our agents in the company. Phone number directly is 813-760-8516. Again, 813-760-8516. You can always get me via email, jamie@tampabayradio.com, and learn more at tampabayreo.com. So again, let's take a look at the spreadsheet. Let's take a look at what's going on with the upper price point homes right now. So $1 million to $1.5 million. 138 homes available for sale, with 104 selling in the past 6 months. That's 118 days on market in that price point. Also, you notice on the spreadsheet, or if you're just listening to us on the podcast, the audio only version, we also have the price reductions and the withdrawals on here. We're not covering that on this program right now, but if you go to tampabayreo.com or email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, we're happy to send the spreadsheet over to you so you can take a closer look. This is an excellent tool for talking with clients if you're a realtor or if you're just looking to purchase in the area. This is the numbers that people always want to see. This is very detailed information, very specific as to what's going on in the Tampa Bay marketplace. And if you want, I've got these for the past almost year or so, and I'll probably even further back if I go digging. I can go and get these to you, and so you can see the trend from month to month as well. And again, I do a program each month on this show about what's going on in the in the Tampa Bay region. So this is the By the Numbers program of the Real Estate Edition, and all those available on demand on TampaBayREO.com, as well as on iTunes, a separate podcast. Just search for that business show, the Real Estate Edition. Got to take a break here. When I come back from the break, we'll cover the other counties in the Tampa Bay area. We'll talk about Pasco County when we come back from the break. And in the meantime, please learn more about the program, TampaBayREO.com, and also connect with us all across social media. At That Biz Show is the Twitter for the show. Also, my own personal one is at Jamie_Maloney. And all the videos are made available on YouTube. You can find it easily by going to thatyoutubechannel.com. We will be back in a moment. the real estate edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business. New episodes of this program air each weekday or each Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with new episodes at thatbusinessnetwork.com. Also, we stream these on our Facebook page. So if you go to facebook.com/That Business Show, we do the video streams each and every weekday morning. So the general show running Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Friday, with the real estate edition running on Thursdays. So as I also talked about at the top of the program, now focusing on commercial real estate. So if you're an investor looking to get into commercial assets, please get in touch with me. I'm working with a top commercial agent over in the Bel Air Bluffs office of Coldwell Banker in Pinellas County. So making a transition in my career. We talk a lot about on this program, changing with the market. And so when you get, comfortable in a certain area and then the market changes, you got to adapt with it. And so my business being in an adaptive, changing mode right now as I come out of my comfort zone, which has been foreclosed properties for 10 years. I had 10 amazing years in the marketplace selling foreclosed properties, but now having to learn a whole nother trade. But fortunately, the show has given me such great connections in the business community around Tampa Bay and even across the country that I am very bullish on the opportunities that I have and the abilities that I have, and looking forward to serving all the people that have been on this program, that are listening to the program, and anybody that can benefit from the real estate business. Please get in touch with me, 813-760-8516. Also Jamie at tampabayradio.com. And so doing a lot of studying, a lot of research on commercial real estate being a completely different area from residential. It's almost like the Wild West of real estate. Commercial real estate agents are not bound by the code of ethics. So there's a lot of squirrely people that practice commercial real estate. Commercial sellers are under no obligation to disclose facts that affect the value or the functionality of the property the way they are in residential real estate. A lot of people get into commercial real estate not understanding basic finance and basic math, and that's really what a lot of commercial real estate boils down to, because it's all about the numbers that they say. And so my background, I have a finance degree, looking forward to putting that to a good use in commercial real estate. Next step for me in commercial real estate is to get out there, sell some properties, and please, again, get in touch with me if I can help you in any way. Also with residential, again, still working with a strong residential group, 813-760-8516. Happy to put you in touch with somebody buying or selling homes in the area. And I'm still doing my foreclosures. If you are an asset manager or an investor with a portfolio of distressed assets, please consider me your resource for real estate in the Tampa Bay region. But again, very excited to get out there and be selling commercial real estate. So also, if you're looking to lease a space, please consider me your resource. So whether you're leasing or looking to lease a space so that you own, or if you're looking to buy or list a commercial asset, the primary areas that I cover, again, being Pinellas County, Pasco County, and Hillsborough County, but also go into Polk, Sarasota, and Manatee, also Hernando and Sumter. I'm used to driving all over several counties. A lot of realtors will just kind of specialize in a certain area, and that's good. We talk about being a market or a neighborhood specialist on this program. I myself, though, have always liked to cover a wide variety of the area, because I like to get out and see and learn the different communities that are in Tampa Bay. And Ario did a great job of getting me kind of diversified amongst the different marketplaces, and how Sarasota differs from Manatee and how it differs from Hillsborough. You'd think real estate is real estate, but the standards and practices and the behaviors and the cultures of the different communities differ from county to county, even town to town. Even the rules and the regulations of the local MLSs change when you go from the different areas. And so whereas some agents choose to stay within a small area, and that's great if they're a neighborhood specialist, I like to focus on a broad area and be a niche within that particular product, like REO and now commercial real estate. And as I get my feet wet inside commercial real estate, planning to hopefully hone in on a certain area of commercial real estate. But again, my business changing, just like your business may have changed or is changing. It's part of business. That's where the growth occurs inside of your career, when you get outside of the comfort zone. And I'll be honest, it's been a tough transition on me just mentally over this last year. As I've done this program, because you get in such a comfort zone and you're so used to the way things are, and then when the market changes and you have to adapt, it can be scary, and it can be, different things, different people that were in your life go out of your life, new people come into your life. It's just a part of growing. We grow personally and we also grow professionally, but don't run from change. I talk about, you're not fearing change and embracing that, because growth occurs outside of your comfort zone, occurs outside of the box. And so now I'm forced into a new area of real estate, and one that will have much longer longevity to it than foreclosures, which I always knew was just a temporary market, deviation. But unfortunately for me, it lasted 10 years. Most REO cycles aren't going to last that long. But it's been a good 10 years of run. It got me on the radio, got me in front of a lot of different people, got me in the Wall Street Journal as a top agent and top agent within Coldwell Banker. So looking to duplicate that type of success along the commercial real estate lines. Let's take a look at what's going on in Pasco County now with the inventory in Pasco County, our friendly little neighbor to the north of Hillsborough County. And so 200,067 homes currently available for sale in Pasco County. We've sold 5,631 homes in the past 6 months. Up to 150,356 homes currently available for sale, and we've sold just under 1,800 in Pasco County in the past 6 months. Pasco County averaging 52 days on market, and in that 150,000 and under price point, 35 days on market is the average. 300,000 to 500,000, got 642 homes currently available for sale in that price point, and up to 300 to 500,000, 973 homes have sold. Skipped over the 150 to 300,000 there. That is 866 homes available for sale there. And 150,000 to 300,000, we've got 2,744 homes currently available for sale, and that segment averaging 46 days on the market. When you get up over to $1 million, not too many homes available for sale in Pasco County. 24 homes available for sale in Pasco County over $1 million, with 3 selling in the past 6 months. And then, as you can see, a very high days on market as you get up and up into the upper price points of the home. And we talked on this program that, properly priced home should sell within 7 to 14 days, but that rule changes when you get into the upper price points, especially over $1 million. It's a different type of marketing strategy, a different type of presentation that an agent does. And so there's not a ready, willing, and able buyer that is going to purchase a property because the buyer pool is thinner at that point. Of course, price solves all objections if you price it at a strike price where people are going to come out of the woodwork immediately, but highest and best value of $1 million and up property can take some time to obtain the value, because oftentimes the buyers come internationally and you've got to use advertising such as magazines and television shows and things in other countries to reach those types of buyers. One of my favorite programs to watch is $1 Million Listing. Interviewed a couple of the people from that program on the show before. Ryan Serhant has been on the program before, as Chris Levitt out of Miami has been on the program before, and I just love watching that program because how they practice real estate in those $1 million and up environments is completely different than how I practice real estate. And a new listing to them is like a major event, whereas down here a new listing is just you go through the normal input of in the multiple listing services sign. You kind of do the basic things on each of the different listings. But when you get $1 million and up listing, it's a whole marketing plan has to be written and prepared for it, and so it's a different type of an environment, and they invest tens of thousands of dollars of their own money into marketing these homes. Their broker opens and their open houses are big events, and people actually come to them. You wonder why you don't see a lot of open houses in Florida, because nobody comes to the homes. I have wasted so much of my time trying to do open houses early in my career that it's just not a viable marketing campaign or strategy for a lot of the homes that are $150,000 and under. It works well if you're in a vibrant community like South Tampa or Carrollwood, where there's more of a community around the homes when they come onto the marketplace, and so you'll have organized broker opens where the agents all get together and then they caravan around and they see the homes, and so the listing agents will design elaborate parties and get-togethers around those broker opens. But for your typical home that's under $150,000, an open house is not an effective way to market home. I get sellers that ask me about that. Why don't we see more open houses? And it's not an effective form of advertising. The typical people that come through the homes are oftentimes just local neighbors, people driving by. Like I say, the real estate typically sells either by the sign in the yard when somebody drives by and sees the sign and calls the listing agent, or from a buyer who's working with a specific agent, and that agent is picking out homes for them to sell. Very rarely does a home sell via an open house lead, at least not in the Tampa Bay region. Other markets, again, behave differently and may be different in your marketplace. And I know it's different in the New York City and Miami areas where $1 million listings are treated much differently than they are here in Tampa Bay. Real quick, distressed inventory in Pasco County. Let's take a look at that. Short sales, 40 available for sale. 88 have sold in the past 6 months, averaging 93 days on market. Foreclosures, 63 available for sale in the multiple listing service, and 306 have sold in the past 6 months. They're averaging 49 days on market. Short sales is a percentage of the available inventory, 1.9%, with 1.5% of that being the percentage of the closed sales. Foreclosures as a percentage of what's currently on the market, the available inventory, 3%. And foreclosures as a percentage of what is sold in the past 6 months, coming in at just over 5%. So more REO and more activity in the distressed inventory up there in Pasco County. When we come back from the break, we'll touch on Polk County. And again, learn more about this program, TampaBayREO.com. We will be back in a moment.
Hi, welcome to Yeagers. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeagers, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0. Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business. On today's program, we're just going through the statistics of what's going on in the Tampa Bay marketplace. Again, covering Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and now moving on to our friends over in Polk County, which unfortunately took part of the brunt of the storm in the Tampa Bay region, the eye of Irma passing over them just to the east of us. And that's the city, the area where I first moved into when I came to Florida some 20 years ago. Lakeland, Florida being my home in Florida before moving over into the Tampa area. So Polk County came through the storm with more damage than what we had here in Tampa. Those counties there and south of there suffering a lot more down trees and longer power outages, but altogether Florida has gotten through the storm pretty well after this past week. So let's take a look at Polk County and what's going on over there. As you can see, 2,400 homes are available for sale in Polk County, and we've sold 5,140 homes here in the past 6 months. We got 353 homes available for sale up to $150,000, with 1,477 homes selling in the past 6 months. Polk County homes averaging 64 days on market overall across all of the different price points. 45 days on market is the average for homes up to $150,000. $150,000 up to $300,000. We got 1,459 homes available for sale, and then 3,262 homes have sold in the past 6 months, and that's 64 days on market. 300,000 up to $500,000, 438 homes available for sale, and then 348 have sold in the past 6 months, with an average days on market of 114 days on market. And then from there we drop off from 500,000 up to $2.5 million. They're just over about 140 homes available for sale, with just over 50 or so that have sold in the past 6 months. So Polk County, not known for the higher end real estate. We often joke that Polk County is kind of just a country redneck type of environment over there. It was kind of ironic that when I moved from West Virginia 20 years ago, I found Polk County kind of at random at the school that I went to, and my friends would joke with me that it was kind of like a transitional period whereby I came from country West by God, Virginia, and I found the biggest and probably the only real redneck county in all of Florida there in Polk County. And so I lived there for the first about 7 or 8 years of my life in Florida. But Polk County is a great country town, good old boy network kind of running the area. Lakeland being the big city in the area, and to me at the time, Lakeland was a major city, especially coming from small town Elkins, which had about 10 to 12,000 people, in Lakeland, which has probably about 150,000 people in it. I thought I would, in a major city, but now to me, Lakeland is just a tiny little town. And even Tampa is a small city to me. And now that I've seen Miami and Chicago and LA, and those are what I consider major cities. But when you come from a small rural environment, just seeing just the diversity and the buildings and all the different competition that goes on in the major cities, it's quite a culture shock for somebody, especially at the age of 18 when I moved to Florida without any friends or family in the area from West Virginia to attend college. And then would go on to bounce around from job to job and out of school as a dropout before really finding my direction when I was about in my late 20s, and went back to school at the University of South Florida, go Bulls, and obtained a degree in finance and found real estate, which has been good for me for the past 10 years. So I always like to advise people, when you're 18 or parents out there that have children, don't be so quick to put them in college if they don't know what the heck they want to do. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to be a chemistry student and study, or a biology and chemistry student and study virology and be this great doctor that found cures for viruses, only to find out by the time I got to my junior year I had no care in the world for what I was doing, and was getting more and more into the business mindset. Ironically enough, I joked with friends who were going to school for business degrees when I was 18, only to go back for a business degree in finance in my mid to or when I was 26 or 27 years old. So the point of the matter is, take some time to get out and work in the environment, in your community. Find out who it is that you really are, and college may not even be a fit for people. The investment that people are putting into degrees today is not offering the return that it once did, and so there is not a lot of sense in going after some of these degrees, especially just a 4-year degree in economics or history or English, unless you're going to go into the academic environment and be a teacher. And really that investment doesn't warrant the return that you get on that investment as it is. those types of degrees, you've got to go on to at least a master's level to get any type of real return. And even then, it takes time. But the point of the matter is, be thinking about the needs of the environment. The focus of that business show, and we talk so much, is identifying a problem and finding a solution for that problem. So often we're just following the paths that is laid in front of us by our, our peers and our forefathers and whatnot. You go to high school and you go to college, you come out and you go to work. That's not the way that society is functioning today. And so we need to look at other areas of business, and it may not be necessarily the educational system to find the most success and profit in your life. The trades are always an excellent opportunity to make money. Come out and go to work in construction or pipe fitting or welding and learn that business, and then become a business owner within that industry, and the returns on that investment will trump anything that you go and get on average for somebody who gets a 4-year degree. So don't let the blue collar work turn you away. All the white collar work is starting to produce such diminished returns that it's almost not even worth the investment in it anymore. And so if you're going to go to college, just be sure that you know what you want to do. And parents that have the children, don't be so quick to push them into college. I was not ready for college when I was 18. I had to get out and experience life, and moving away from home just opened me up to a whole nother environment that I wanted to explore. And it really wasn't until I was like 23 or 24 that I began to find out who I was. And so go out there, work for a few years, or go into the military. I always thought the military would have been a great option for me. I almost did that, but shied away from that when the time to make a decision came. But go out there, find where you fit in the workspace, and then put some investment in it. But I wasted a lot of time and I wasted a lot of money in my late teen years and early 20s chasing a degree of which I had really no interest for. Fortunately enough, I was able to put it to some degree of work, even though I was a college dropout. I was able to get some work in industry in the phosphate business around Florida, which is, as people know in the area, a very large industry. And I worked in laboratories for about 7 or 8 years before, again, going back to school and getting a degree in finance and finding real estate. Getting over here to the spreadsheet here, let's finish up here with what's going on in Polk County. Let's take a quick look at the distressed inventory. Short sales, 44 available for sale in Polk County, with 73 that have sold in the past 6 months, averaging 95 days on the market. Foreclosures, just 52 available for sale, with 263 that have sold in the past 6 months, and 46 days on market is the average for that. So short sales is a percentage of the available inventory, 1.8%, and as a percentage of the available closed sales, 1.4%. And then foreclosures as a percentage of available inventory, just over 2%. And then as a percentage of the available closed sales, coming in at just over 5%. So again, went through the different stats on Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, and now Polk counties. Also note on here, we also have the stats for the new listings that have been listed within the past 60 days by the counties. The homes that have been repositioned, as I like to call it, or basically reduced in price. And then also the homes that have expired. And so a lot of information, a lot of detail available on these spreadsheets. And also down here at the bottom, the condominium market, which is a separate set of numbers on each of the spreadsheets, is available there. And so if you're listening here and you hear me rattling off some numbers, I know it doesn't make a lot of sense just to hear me rattling off numbers, but these spreadsheets are valuable pieces of information. And if you would like copies of these, do make available the most recent spreadsheets there on TampaBayREO.com. Just on the homepage there, download the spreadsheets. You can always email me, jamie@TampaBayRadio.com. Use these, if you're a realtor, use these with your clients. If you're a buyer or an investor, again, great information to take with you to the marketplace, and then compare these over again the last 12 months. And if you want the last 12 months or so for comparison, you'll need to email me. I just put the most current ones available up on TampaBayREO.com. So I got to wrap up this program, but keep in mind TampaBayREO.com, the new site here for the program. All foreclosures in the area, easily available and searchable by the county on the homepage. I myself specializing in foreclosure sales for the past 10 years with over 2,000 homes sold. Also now announced at the top of the show the office move over to Bel Air Bluffs at 575 Indian Rocks Road, specializing now in commercial real estate. You'll see a lot more commercial focused shows on this program. So if I can in any way help you buying or selling real estate, commercial, distressed, or even residential, please contact me. If it's not a property that I can work with, I will put you in touch with one of our agents, either in our company or through our relocation network and referral network if you're outside of the area. My phone number is 813-760-8516. Again, 813-760-8516. Jamie at tampabayradio.com is my email. And if you'd like to come onto the program as a guest, please visit tbsinterview.com for more information on how that works. Shoot me an email, Jamie at tampabayradio.com as well. We'd happily talk with you about coming onto the program. Again, we do new guests Monday through Friday on the regular That Business show, and then on Thursdays with the Real Estate Edition, we do some guests from time to time. So if you got a good real estate topic and you'd like to share with our audience, again, tbsinterview.com, or send me an email, Jamie at tampabayradio.com, and then be sure to tune in every Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to thatbusinessnetwork.com for new episodes, and then made available on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. I'll see y'all back here again next week. Have a great day, everybody.